suffering can reveal the truth. When an unhappy person sees the connection between thoughts and feelings, there's a will to seek a solution that doesn't involve a mere change in material circumstance. The impetus of suffering can bring liberation when it intersects with a pointing that manages unwanted thoughts from within. If the unwanted thoughts occupy enough attention, their departure may create enough inner space to change one's perception. When an unwanted thought appears, attention can be given to the feeling that underlies it, to the exclusion of content. Content is relational, unreal, and proliferates in ideas that appear to countervail or augment it. But the feelings that accompany thoughts are not relational, and they appear in the present, not the conceptual timeline. Feelings can be given attention, and attention just stays there because feelings have no relational hooks of identification to branch out. The thought appears, it is recognized, and instead of giving attention to the content, attention is given to the feelings that underlie it. The feelings are felt, without reaction, and recognized as resistance to the perfection of the uncaused first cause. Such resistance to the perfection of what is suffering. The feelings are then surrendered over to the first cause. If mindfully taken on as a practice, this surrendering of the energy that underlies thoughts can diminish their magnetic pull on attention. This tool of surrender can and should be used on all unwanted thoughts, past, present, and future. There is an energy body, but not everyone feels it. There is an energy that follows attention, and when it's not feeding thoughts, it's perceived freely in the body. The perception of the energy body runs inverse to the bandwidth of attention given to thoughts, but once it's perceived on an ongoing basis, its fluctuations reveal where delusion creates suffering, which is instructive. When the root of the self-concept, the I thought, sinks back into the heart from which it arose, attention given to its stillness palpably reflects love like a mirror. This is the wellspring in the midst of you. Thoughts appear only when given attention and the energy that follows it. At the headwaters of attention, this energy is love, but when given to a thought, it's reflected back and transmuted to the level of the feelings that underlie it. When there is no unconscious identification with a corruptible or conceptual self, there's no I to define what's good and bad for itself. In this condition the heart becomes still, and in this stillness the energy that follows attention is reflected back at its original vibration, love. Attention is a zero-sum game. Attention given to the manifestation of a thought diminishes what's given to reality, and there's something about getting the full bandwidth of reality that is revelatory, curative, and transformative. Living in the present is not the same as living like there's no tomorrow. The former is attention's full alignment with the moment, while the latter is chasing one's desires in this moment, regardless of the consequences. Desires are thoughts, and to chase thoughts is not living in the moment, but rather a disconnection from it. To live in the moment is to be free of the worries, regrets, fears, and desires of the timeline. In this there is a peace unknown to those who so criticize the merits of being present. Holding a grudge and keeping score isn't living in the moment. The memories of past wrongs have a carry cost that cannot be counted while held. Unfortunately, a person who cannot let go of a grudge will accumulate many of them over a lifetime. Thoughts don't exist in the absence of attention, and since a grudge is a thought, and to hold it is to maintain it, it must be given attention on a regular interval. That's how it feeds. A thought is fed by the energy that follows attention, and this energy is then transmuted to that of the feeling that underlies the thought. In this combination of content and feeling is created our state of being. When we're unconsciously identified with thoughts, our state of being takes on their overall flavor. A person who hoards grudges can develop a taste for the accumulation of negative energy that underlies the thoughts of a life's worth of grudges. Because people identify with their thoughts, they unconsciously treat them as an extension of their self-concept. It's what underlies cognitive dissonance. People will kill over an opinion. So if the thoughts are the person, and they need to feed on energy that's of their flavor, a grudge holder will have an appetite for negativity that will manifest in myriad ways. In the insect world, there are yellow jackets and honeybees. They have a vaguely similar appearance but are completely different with respect to diet and lifestyle. It's the same with people and their thoughts. People can look and even act similar, but their inner state can be vastly different. If you want to catch yellow jackets to the exclusion of nearby honeybees, you have to bait the trap with rotting meat. By the same token, you will notice that certain people relish negativity, gossip, and bad news. They feast on schadenfreude. Negative thoughts must be fed negative energy. Excerpt from The Treasure That Seeking Hides.